Hi, this is Sweet June. How's everybody doing today? I'm not doing too bad. I was marinating on something today, and I want to ask everybody a question. And the question is, are you living or are you existing? Which one is it? Are you living or are you exist or mere existing? And I was kind of marinating on that today. Um, just kind of popped into my head, and I was kind of marinating on that. As you guys know, my last video I was talking about, not my last video, but I was talking about how I didn't have any motivation, how I lost all my motivation. Um, 'Cause I told you about how I went to school for college for years and raised my two sons and thought I was going to get this great job and make a long story short, winded up not graduating between me running out of financial aid and the college closing. um, I didn't graduate. So now I'm stuck doing home care at 50 years old. Not that I don't like doing that work, but that's not what I went to school for. So very, very, at this point in my life, I'm very, very frustrated. I've been struggling for many years. Um, Pretty much all my adult life, I've done nothing but struggle. And just at this point in my life, I'm very, very um, discouraged, very frustrated, um, kind of depressed. Um, I'm discouraged. I'm frustrated, kind of depressed, and a little angry. Um, Sometimes I feel like I'm a failure, and sometimes I feel like I'm a big loser, um, which I know that's not true, but I know that's not true, but sometimes I feel that way. So um, at this point, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get my motivation back, and I got to make it a matter of prayer. I have to start doing some heavy praying, um, and because I don't even know what my next job, I'm not, I'm losing weight and everything, but I'm still not in a situation to where I can stand on my legs for long periods of time, because I am getting older, and I still have, like today, my legs were hurting. Um, and I'm still in the process of losing weight, and I haven't made it down to my goal weight yet. And so um, I'm going to do a diet journey update. Stay tuned. Um, but it's just on the heels of all these feelings that I'm having and everything that's going on with me. Right now, I'm kind of at a crossroads. I don't know, I don't know what. I'm just kind of taking it day by day. I go to thinking about the future sometimes, and I have anxiety. Because I be thinking about retirement, and I don't know what position I'm going to be in when I retire. Um, I just try not to even think about the future and try to just take each day as it comes. Um, Try to meditate on that scripture in the Bible where it says, "Do not be anxious," and in Matthew. I really, really try really hard to meditate on that scripture. Just not trying to be anxious and worry about tomorrow or worry so much about the future. So that really helps me. But just really, um, anyway, I was just meditating today on, with all that being said, I was just meditating today on um, there's a difference between living and and existing. And I want you guys to sound off in the comment section to let me know, are you living or are you just merely existing? There is a difference. There's a huge difference. I feel like I'm just existing. I feel like I'm just existing. That's all I'm doing. I'm just existing. I'm just going to work, and you know, paying bills, um, and not really, really getting. They say that you should live each day as if it's your last. Well, to be honest, I really can't wrap my mind around that concept because if I was to live every day like it was my last, do you honestly think I would be punching someone's time clock? You honestly think I would be getting up in the morning and punching somebody's time clock? I would be probably, if I was living each day as it was my last, and I took that literally, and I had the means to take that literally, I would be out traveling, and just enjoying my life, trying to go different places and do different things, and just trying to fully enjoy my life. I would not be getting up punching someone's time clock. So I really, when they say live each day as if it's your last, it's hard for me to wrap my mind around that because in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, well, how am I supposed to do that? How am I supposed to live each day as if it's my last? Because I still have to pay bills, I still have to go to work, and when I come home, I'm tired. So how am I living each day as if it was my last? This is not what I would be doing if I was living each day as if it was my last. If I had the means to do so, which I don't. So it's hard for me to wrap my mind around that concept. Um, but I guess that phrase it's said in reference to saying, okay, you need to embrace life. You need to be grateful for every moment that you're here and embrace every moment that you're here. And I think that's why that's said. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's to be taken in a literal sense because realistically, I guess because I'm a realist, I have the tendency to be a realist. And realistically, can you really live every day as if it's your last? Realistically, not as long as you got bills to pay, and as long as you got dishes in the sink and laundry to do. I don't know, because I mean, I wouldn't be if you know, literally. I mean, would I be doing laundry on my last day of life if I knew it was my last day of life? No. Well, I don't have to worry about laundry. I'm not gonna be here tomorrow anyway. So I don't know. I think that's like I said. It's sad to let people know that you need to appreciate life. You should appreciate every day that you're here. Be grateful for every day that you're here and all that. But the difference between living and existing. Living is when you're able to do on a daily basis. You're able to do the thing that you want to do. You're pursuing your passion. Um, you're doing the things that you love to do on a daily basis, that you enjoy doing and you love to do. You're following your passion and you're doing that on a daily basis. That's living. Whether that passion be traveling or being an artist or um, and I'm not just talking about entertainment, but I'm talking about like painting or something like that, or taking pictures, being a photographer, or writing, or whatever. Whatever it is that your passion is, you're waking up every day and you're doing that. And on top of you're following your passion and doing your passion, you're doing things that you love to do and you enjoy doing. And you're happy. That's living. That is living. I'm not talking about material things. I'm not talking about just uh, going out acquiring a bunch of material things. I'm talking about just being happy and content and doing the things that you love to do on a daily basis. That's living. That's living. Not being stuck in a dead end job that you hate, or stuck in a job that you did not plan to have, and you're doing it because it's a means to an end, you know, but it's not your passion. You're doing it because it's a means to an end. You know, you got bills to pay and all that, and we spend so much time at work. We spend more time at work than we do doing anything else. So if you're stuck on a job that you hate, and I've had many jobs that I hated. I have so many jobs that I've hated. I love this job that I'm doing, but um it's not um it's not my passion per se. You know, I do love doing it, but it's not my passion per se. But a lot of I've had many jobs where I just absolutely hated it, or I was over it and I was ready to go. Like the last job that I had, my daycare job, I was over it and I was ready to go. Um, and it just makes for a miserable life. You're just existing. You're not living. You know, you're not really making enough money to. Well, I would like to go to Chicago today, but I don't have no money. Or I would like to go on a cruise, but I have no money. Or I would like to do this, or I would like to do that, but I have no money, because everything in this world costs money. Not everything, but mostly everything. And so I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I'd be like, well, I would love to just get up and get on a plane and just go to New York City, because New York City is on my bucket list. Because I've never been to New York, so it's on my bucket list. So I would love to just get up and get on a plane and just fly to New York for a couple of days or whatever. Well, you gotta have money to do that. Can't just up and go to New York with no money. I'm not gonna get very far. So just I sometimes, wish I can do that. I wish I can just get up and just go somewhere. You ever just wish you can just get up and just go somewhere? Just spontaneously at the spur of the moment. You just jump up and just go somewhere. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling, to be able to just get up and just go somewhere and just do something. On a much smaller scale, I've actually have done that before, but on a much smaller scale. I've gotten up and went to the other town and did some shopping, or I've gotten up and I don't know, did went to the park or something like that. Much smaller scale, not on a large scale, or as far as just getting up and just flying to New York. That's some rich people stuff right there. But don't you wish sometimes you can do that? You're like, well, I sure would like to go on a cruise and just get up and just do it. But the main thing obstacle in your way is money, because most majority of us live paycheck to paycheck, and we get our check, we pay our bills, and can't just jump up and go like that. And then you got to punch your time clock. So um, that's the difference between living and existing. Existing is this, that you're just going day by day. You're getting up, you're going to work, you're spending 8 hours or more at work. You come home exhausted. You eat dinner, and do a little cleaning up and watch a little TV, and then you go to bed. And then you get up and do the same thing the next day. In my case, I'm going trying to get to the gym. Try to throw the gym in there too. And some days I'm going to my meeting or whatever. It has a little bit of a variation there. Um, but it's just the same old every single day. It's the same old every single day. It's not nothing ever changes. It's the same old, you know. Um, and you're doing that day in and day out, 365 days a year, pretty much for the most part, you know. And so that's not living. It's existing. You're just existing when you do that. And um, I want to get to a place to where I can live, not just exist. I want to be able to live, you know, um, not just getting up, going to work and coming home, and just doing the same thing day in and day out, and not really feeling like you can do anything, you know. Um, Poverty has a way of making you feel trapped. Have any of you ever felt trapped? You know, Poverty has a way of doing that. It has a way of making you feel trapped. Like I sometimes feel trapped. You know, like you know, I'm trapped. And can't really get out there and do what I want to do. You know, like I said, I can go to the next town. But sometimes, a lot of times, yeah, I want to go a lot further than that. But just don't have the means to do so. So this summer, I would love to go to Cedar Point. Cedar Point is up here in the Midwest. You guys are there. I don't know if any of you ever been to Cedar Point, but it's an amusement park in Ohio, Sandusky, Ohio, and it's probably one of the most popular amusement parks there is. And I know I took my boys there a couple of times, and we got a hotel and everything, and we had a blast. And I love the atmosphere. I like to go for the atmosphere. I like to take my granddaughter. What I want to do is take my granddaughter, but I don't have the money to do that. So it's very frustrating because I be thinking about stuff that I want to do, but I can't do it because I don't have the money. And so that's very frustrating for me. Because I would love to take my granddaughter. I don't care if I don't get on anything. I would just I would just really really get a lot of joy seeing her get on the rides and enjoying herself. And I love the atmosphere down there. The atmosphere is so nice. They got a nice little beach. It's off of Lake Erie, which is a huge lake. It looks more like an ocean to me, but it's not an ocean, it's a lake. Um, and it got a beach down there, nice beach and hotel, and it's just nice. The atmosphere is just so nice down there. It's just nice to just walk around and take in the scenery, and especially on a beautiful day. And I would just love to take my granddaughter down there, and I would just get a kick out of seeing her get on the rides and just seeing her have so much fun and then really enjoy herself, and just see the smile on her face and take pictures of her and all this kind of stuff. I would just get a kick out of that, you know. And that's what I want to do, because I've been down there. I have been down there a few times before. So, and I don't do roller coasters no more, and especially not the ones they making now. You couldn't get me on one of those. But I'd like to just walk around and just take in the scenery. I don't have a problem with walking around on her and letting her get on every ride, because there's certain rides that they got the kiddie rides, and I would love just walking around with her and just letting her get on the kiddie rides and get on the train. We can get on the boat, and just I would just take a lot of pleasure and enjoy just seeing her happy, seeing her happy and seeing her enjoy herself and have fun. It's just something that I would love to do. Don't have no money to do it. So I think about stuff like that and I get really frustrated. And so I wanna get to a place to where I don't I can do those things. Where I can just, if I want to go somewhere, I can go and I can do it. And so that's my goal. Um, if I can get to a place to where mentally and emotionally I can get to a place to where I can get some type of motivation to where I can take steps to try to get to accomplish some of these goals. And that's the real challenge. And that's the real challenge for me right now because um, a real challenge because right now, like I said in my other video, I'm just mentally just don't have any motivation. And so that's going to be a process, to get to that point. Like I said, I got to do some praying and so but that's a good question. Let me know, guys, in the comment section. Are you living or are you mere existing? Which one is it? Let me know in the comment section. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I got some more interesting video topics coming up. This is Sweet June.